Biden's son, Hunter Biden, confirmed that he was under tax investigation by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Delaware. As a result, the Hunter Biden hard drive scandal that was temporarily suppressed during the run-up to the election has resurfaced. This investigation was launched due to suspicious activity reports regarding suspicious foreign transactions from China and other countries.
When I talk to people, what they're telling me, is there anything we reported?
December 9th, 2020, U.S. Senate committees released a bombshell report revealing alarming corruption in foreign business ventures involving former Vice President Joe Biden's son, Hunter. U.S. Senators Chuck Grassley, chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, and Ron Johnson, chairman of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, released the near 90-page report titled Hunter Biden, Burisma, and Corruption: The Impact on U.S. Government Policy and Related Concerns. The report said, quote, "The Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs and the Senate Committee on Finance undertook this investigation into potential conflicts of interest and the involvement of the Biden family in foreign business ventures while Joe Biden was vice president. The committees found, quote, consistent, significant, and extensive financial connections among Biden family members and the Chinese Communist government." It states, quote, "Hunter Biden and Devon Archer engaged in numerous financial transactions with Chinese nationals who had deep connections to the Communist Chinese government." It continues, quote, "These Chinese nationals included Ye Jianming, founder of the CEFC China Energy Co., Ltd., and chairman of the board for its subsidiary, the China Energy Fund Committee." The report continues, stating, "Thus, there exists a vast web of corporate connections and financial transactions between and among the Biden family and Chinese nationals." It states, "Hunter Biden has extensive connections to Chinese businesses and Chinese foreign nationals that are linked to the communist governments. These contacts bore financial fruit when his father was vice president and after he left office." The report warned that the investigation found the Obama administration knew about and ignored Biden's problematic position on the board.
Well, clearly, I think China believes that they have a much better relationship with a potential President Joe Biden. That's clearly, portrayed when you look at the immense amount of money that they funneled through to Hunter Biden. But that goes without saying, because the challenge they've had with President Trump has been the fact that he's been pressuring them on almost all fronts, whether it be trade or finance or immigration or theft of intellectual property. He's basically unleashed the federal government to go after the Chinese Communist Party. Now, this has been completely opposite to the approach taken by all the former presidents since Kissinger, and certainly was counter to what I witnessed with the Obama administration, where Joe Biden was the vice president. So I think their clear incentive here is to reset the relationship between the U.S. and China in a way that promotes the Chinese Communist Party's interests.
On December 9th, 2020, YouTube announced, "We will start removing any piece of content uploaded today or any time after that misleads people by alleging that widespread fraud or errors changed the outcome of the 2020 U.S. presidential election." Also on December 9th, 2020, Mark Sarin outlined on social media how Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg donated hundreds of millions of dollars to the Center for Tech and Civic Life right before the election.
What they did was, on September 2nd, Mark Zuckerberg, at the time he announced he was contributing $300 million. We think it's up to $500 million since then. He announced another $100 million weeks later. To CTCL, the top 21 recipients of Zuckerberg grant money, which totaled $80 million, all went to Democrat-run cities where Hillary Clinton won by a large margin, in swing states primarily.